What's up, duelists? Hold up. Before I do the intro. Okay. Just had to check and make sure my mic was plugged in. That was a little scary. Okay, what's up, duelists? We got a deck today, a really cool one. We got, well, really cool in quotation marks, air quotes. This is Hero Beat Gemini Hero. I am playing all of what I think are the top decks in Edison format moving forward to RBET4, which is taking place on July 30th and 31st. It's going to be a really, really big Edison tournament. It's free to enter. You can join the tournament by signing up the day before, so on the Friday before that, the 29th. That's when the signups will be open. Pardon me. You can join in the Format Library Discord. There's a link to that in the description below. Anyway, I'm playing the best decks in Edison format pretty much all the weeks leading up to it, and then I'm going to talk about some decks that I think actually have a good shot against these best decks. Moving forward into RBET4. This is one of the decks that I think it is maybe not the best deck in Edison format, but it is a top stun deck in Edison format. It's very strong. It's very resilient. It's kind of linear, but it does have some play to it, particularly with the card Gemini Spark. I think there's a lot of interesting uses of this card here. And then I do think that there are some cool tech cards in it, like Voltic and Skyscraper, of course. This is not the most exciting deck for me personally to be playing, but I actually think there's a lot of interesting lines that hopefully I'll be able to show off in this video. In the sideboard, I've got a few choices of my own inclusion. I've got Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. Post-board, DD Crow kind of destroys this deck. So you've got, Call of the Haunted, double Hero Blast, and then you've got triple Miracle Fusion with only 2 waters. Post-board, I mean, your opponents are going to be having, 1 or 2 DD Crows, and the second they hit one of these big Haymaker cards with the DD Crow, you have a very fair vanilla monster deck, which is going to lose to any sort of proactive strategy whatsoever. So since this deck is so weak to DD Crow, I've got to have the 2 Kaikus in the sideboard to counteract that. You can do something like normal summon Kaiku and then activate your Miracle Fusion and then activate your Hero Blast and not have to fear DD Crow, because Kaiku prevents your opponent from activating DD Crow. And then, of course, I've got the Gores, because you gotta flex on people. I've got Gores and Heavy Storm. These are the 2 unexpected tech choices that people aren't going to predict in the post board. I've gotten fucked by both of these cards from this deck, and I think that they're both really good because people don't play around them. They're like, oh, the deck with 15 trap cards, that doesn't have Heavy Storm, right? So they set 4 and then you Heavy Storm them. Or like the deck with 15 trap cards, that doesn't have Gores, right? And then you drop Gores on them and they're like, fuck, and then they just lose. So that's why we gotta have them. I'm gonna go ahead and try and find a game. If you guys aren't already subscribed, just do it right now. Knock that one out. On our way to 5K. Just broke 4,800 last night. Really exciting little milestone. Definitely going to hit 5K by the end of the month. The streams usually get quite a few number of subscribers, but be ahead of the curve. Be one of the first 5,000. You want to be in the first 5,000. I mean, that's just somewhere you want to be. This guy says, "What does Pot of Greed do?" It allows me to draw 2 cards. Okay, what does Pot of Greed do? Does he pick scissors? Yes, he does. Alright. Well, I think it's paper time. Double scissors? Bro, come on. Allows him to draw 2 scissors. That's what it is. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our opening hand is solid. Speaking of Pot of Greed, all of these E-Call Rhoda cards are basically Pot of Greed in your starting hand. And it looks like we're playing a mirror match, which I'm cool with, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Let's go ahead and this is actually tricky. So we want to get ahead on tempo. I think we Space Typhoon the back row. Solemn, interesting. Okay. Set Lone Solemn's always an interesting one. Let's E-Call. E-Call here can find a couple of different cards. It can find Captain Gold, which would allow our Ocean to attack over, and if they have something like Honest, then we can have a live Miracle Fusion. So we could do that, or we could go Stratos into Captain Gold, which I also like. Yeah, that's not bad either. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and Stratos into Captain Gold. Activate Stratos' effect to search. This is going to grab Captain Gold. That's going to go get Skyscraper. We do have to be careful. This is 2-sided. So if they have an Ocean, they can attack over our Stratos. But I think this is the right play for right now. It gets guys in our graveyard, it gets our Skyscraper in play. And then we can actually just pass. I'm not sure if this is better than getting an Alias to get our Spark online, but we have 6 copies of Alias. We're very likely to draw into it. And if we have a Call of the Haunted, it's kind of like a 7th copy. Oh, they're playing Deep Sea Diva. That's pretty good. No cap, that's pretty good. Oh, but they're just playing the Divas. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. If that's Mirror Force, why wouldn't they set it alongside the Solemn, though? That's the real question. Let's go ahead and summon the Ocean and see if they have anything. Question mark. Alright, looks like they don't. We're going to attack with the Ocean first over the defense position Diva, and then we'll attack the attack position Diva with Stratos. No defense, of course, because if they had real defense, they would have set it alongside the Solemn Judgment. Next turn, Ocean will allow us to add back Captain Gold if it sticks around, and if it doesn't stick around, we'll be able to Miracle Fusion, which is very good for us, so we'll just go ahead and pass. We have a decent advantage over the opponent right now. We're at +1, but they could easily turn that around on us. Okay, so standby phase, activate Ocean. I think here we are actually going to return the Stratos to our hand. I think that's a better effect right now than the other stuff. This is going to allow us to search for an Alias. So I'm going to normal summon it and use the effect to search. I don't need to use the effect to destroy because I don't think their back rows are that good, and even if they are, I'd rather just grab the Alias to my hand. He will be more important than the other cards. Let's attack with Stratos first, in case they have D-Prison. No D-Prison, they're going to take 1800. Attack with Ocean, they're going to take 1500. Main phase 2, I'm going to set my Dark Bribe and pass. We are up a considerable amount of cards. We also have Cyber Dragon Honest, which is a very dangerous way to threaten lethal. They are 100 over that lethal point, but if they take even 100 damage here, then our Cyber Dragon plus Honest is going to be able to be a lethal setup the second we play through any sort of anything. I have a feeling their back row is something like Dark Bribe and what's that other card? Skill Drain, maybe? Maybe not Skill Drain, but okay, Call of the Haunted makes sense. I'm going to say okay to that. I don't think that really does anything that I care about. It could also be a Gemini Spark. Yeah, Gemini Spark could be potentially it. Tribute summons Caius the Shadow Monarch. Alright. Call stays. Call stays in play. I need them to put the call back in play. Yeah. Asking the opponent to please return their cards to play. If your opponent has a back row and you activate Heavy Storm and you do this kind of thing, it's not smart to reveal the information. Now I know their back rows return, I'm actually going to Dark Bribe this Heavy Storm. I think keeping the Skyscraper is a little bit more important than them having a random back row. It's also good to know that they are playing Heavy Storm, as well as Caius and Diva. This is definitely not the hero deck we expected it to be. This is definitely something else, for sure. If they have a back row, we can just... Oh no, we guaranteed win anyway. So it's just going to be Special Cyber and then activate Miracle. And that's going to be that. This is lethal damage. Opponent has no way to stop this outside of specifically Battle Fader or I guess Trag, but yeah. Okay. Cool. Looks like they're playing a lot of ways to special summon. The Dino looked pretty good. They had Return, Caius, Diva, Heavy Storm. Potentially, this is Diva Hero with just a tech alias. Honestly, that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to side like it is Diva Hero. I do like Royal Oppression in this matchup, but it's very two-sided. We're going to have to side out our Call of the Haunted, as well as, like, maybe even, like, one Miracle Fusion, something like that. We have to be careful about using this card in this matchup. Skill Drain, I don't think is particularly good. They can put a lot of big beaters into play, so we're going to side out both copies of Skill Drain. I do like Smashing Ground. Kaiku is pretty good. It prevents them from Miracle Fusioning. They can run it over with Alias. I'm going to bring in both Smashing Ground and bring in one Royal Oppression. I think we're going to side out. I do like siding out like Hero Blasts and Gemini Sparks, but in this matchup, they're pretty good. I don't know if our Voltic is really going to do all that much. We could side out Voltic. I do like this card. I think it's sweet. It might be a good card here, actually. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell. But I do want the second Royal Oppression. I like Cyber Dragon going second. And if we want the second Royal Oppression, we got to side out at least one other card that special summons. We have 5, 6, 7 as of right now. Could get kind of awkward. I think the card we want to side out is probably Starlight Road or Future Fusion. It's one of those two. Let's go with Future Fusion. Nah, let's go with Starlight Road for the Royal Oppression. And then we'll bring in also... I mean, Dyna's really good at clearing Synchros, so we'll bring in Dyna over the Voltic. And then I do want to bring in the Kaiku, at least one of them. Not sure if it's going to be good or not, though. Man, this is tricky, actually. This is actually a little tricky. Alright, we're done. I'll bring it in going first, maybe. We'll see. I want to see more of their deck. Opponent is typing a lot. What were they typing? I'm not sure. Our opening hand sucks. We need a monster. Okay, it doesn't suck. Hear me out. It doesn't suck. It's just... These two cards are bad against Caius. This is Rhoda for Stratos. Almost for sure. And Smashing Ground doesn't do well against Stratos, so... We need our own E-Call Rhoda, that kind of thing. That's something we really need. Either that or we just need like an Alias to run this over and get our advantage back. That would be really, really good for us. Really, really good. So it is just Diva Hero with the tech Alias. That's kind of what I assumed it was, but I didn't want to oversideboard, like bring in the Kaikus and stuff and not really... Yeah. Okay, well... Couple of awkward choices to make here. We know they have Malicious in hand, which means they probably have a discard trap set. I think the best play is to set Mirror Force, set Deep Prison, pass. I know this is like not ideal, but we've got to try it. Deep Prison can at least clip a Stardust, and if they go for Caius and banish one of them, we have the other one to clear the Caius, or we could save the Smashing Ground for the Caius, depending on if we want to do a certain thing or not. Like, if they hit Mirror Force, I'm probably going to take the 24 and then Smashing Ground the Caius, but if they hit Deep Prison, I'm probably going to Mirror Force. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Nether Deep Prison, interesting. Alright, well... Let's set that and intend on deprisoning the Stratos. Just keeping heroes out of the grave is going to be good for us. I'll activate the new deprison too. It gives them the least amount of information. If I use the old deprison, it tells them that I didn't deprison last turn, which is, you know, it's a big tell based off of our other set. So, awkward now that we do draw the monster we would have liked to summon, but that's okay. I'm going to try to poke them with Honest and get in a little bit of chip damage. We are ultimately an aggro deck that needs to do chip damage. They're going to Mirror Force and Honest. I'll take that trade, actually. I think that's an okay trade for us. They might be setting up for a big heavy storm turn, which could be awkward, but You know what? I'm still cool trading Honest for a Mirror Force. Honest is going to be pretty bad if the opponent has Mirror Force, all things considered anyway. So here's Prodigy. Has to be attack position. Yeah, you can only special summon this card from your hand in attack position. That's okay. Maybe this is a Caius. Maybe this is their Malicious. We'll see. Looks like it is the Malicious. I am also going to deprison this. I think just banishing the other Malicious is good. Keeping them Hero Light is good. This means they only have one hero in their graveyard, which is good for us. End phase, they're going to draw a card. Also, Malicious not being in the grave is a good thing. That's cool. They'll draw an extra card here and pass the turn. Awesome, we found Royal Oppression. That's a little awkward. If they go for a Diva, we might not Royal Oppression it. We might not. I want to get the Cyber Dragon in play before we flip up Royal Oppression. We might still, because I want to keep my life total high, but I got to think about it, you know? You got to really think about it. They have a lot of advantage on us. Okay, this I have to Royal Oppression. So I have to pay 800 here to negate that. That's just too good against us. Unfortunately, the Royal Oppression with 3 special summon cards in our hand is just going to be tough. There's only so much we can do about that. We need to find an E-Call, a Rhoda, something or other. They're just going to summon a Diva Raw and attack. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Damn, this sucks. Okay. Well, no need to set any more into a Heavy Storm. I'm just going to pass the turn. Hopefully the opponent maybe summons a Caius here, targets the Oppression. That'd be really good for us. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for us, actually. I know it may not seem like it's good for us, but we actually needed the Royal Oppression cleared. I think we take this damage. And then on our turn, we can special Cyber Dragon and Smash and Ground their Caius. That will play around Bottomless Trap Hole nicely, too, because they might not Bottomless the Cyber Dragon. Okay, looks like they're going to. That's fine, though, I believe. I believe it's fine. We'll just Smash and Ground here. And pass. I don't feel the need to set Dark Bribe, but it's possible if their set card is Call of the Haunted, we would have liked to set it. Here's a Miracle Fusion. That's okay. That's going to banish the Diva and the Evil Guy. And now there are further Miracle Fusions. They're going to need at least one hero or one other water in order to, like, make it successful, I suppose. They burned a Diva, which leads me to believe they have a second one. Okay, we are going to Mirror Force this guy. They might have Solemn. They don't. Okay, that's good. That's good. E-Call is still the best draw in our deck. Rhoda also. Very good. Ocean. How do I feel about Ocean? Not very good, but we do have to try and apply some pressure. Torrential Tribute. Dang. Alright. Can't really Miracle Fusion yet, so let's set our 2 trap cards to try and bluff some sort of defense. If they Heavy Storm, I might just let it resolve. This is actually really fucking annoying. Mystic Tomato. Not a card you expect to see out of these decks that often. Cyber Dragon doesn't really do much here, unfortunately. Just gives them access to a dark monster they might want. But we do have to summon the Cyber Dragon just to, like, keep ourselves safe. I think I'm going to summon it in defense and then pass. I don't want them to get a search out of their deck. I also don't want them to get darks in their grave if they're, like, building up to a Dark Arm Dragon. Here's Alias. Yeah, and we're just dead. Alright, that was really unfortunate. We kind of bricked on the Miracle Fusions. I'm actually going to side one out and bring back in, or bring in the Kaikus. Aw, shit, accidental zoom! Ah, god, fucking damn it. Okay, we're going to side out a Miracle Fusion. We're going to side out a Hero Blast. I actually fucking hate Dark Bribe, too. I think it's dog shit terrible in this matchup. I'm going to side it out. I'm going to bring in maybe Dust Tornado. going first. I think Dust Tornado's pretty good. This looks okay. This looks solid, actually. Maybe the Cyber Dragons are a bit worse than I think they are. Maybe Miracle Fusion's better than Cyber Dragon. That's very possible. And Hero Blast is probably better than Cyber Dragon, too. We just didn't draw a fucking hero that whole game. Holy shit. I'm just going to bring in a Dust Tornado over the Cyber Dragon. That's pretty much what they're used for anyway. We're going to be super Monster Light this game. Maybe I do want the Voltic, too. Yeah, you know what? Voltic's Heat. Voltic's Heat as hell. I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to cut maybe Future Fusion. Yeah, now we're talking. This looks cash money. This looks like a deck I want to play. Not really. Opening hand is phenomenal. This is such a good opening hand. We can go ahead and Stratos. And Stratos is going to grab Ocean. Just so we have guaranteed water. Our defense here is really solid. We can set Bribe, set Deprison. And I don't know if we want to set Miracle too. I don't think we do. I think we just pass. There's no real reason to set Bribe outside of the opponent having Future Fusion turn 1. And then being able to play into multiple back row, of course, is another reason why we might want Bribe set. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fossil Dyna is really good. Fossil Dyna is really good. We can go with Fossil Dyna, or we could go with Ocean. I think Ocean is the better preliminary play. Torrential Tribute. I may just Dark Bribe that. Battle phase. Attack for 1800. Attack for 1500. Nice. They don't have defense. So that other set card is likely Call of the Haunted, Return from the Different Dimension, or Solemn Judgment. Well, they might have Solemn the Dark Bribe, but who knows? Who knows, really? We are down a card. Dark Bribe is a -1, but we are up a card because Stratos is a +1, and if this Ocean sticks around, like, we're actually doing pretty good here. Diva is going to activate. That's okay. They set before activating Diva. I don't really understand that. I never really understand that type of play, but they're not playing Gilman. Either that or they've drawn Gilman both games, which is unfortunate. But if you're playing Gilman, I mean, like, you just summon it and try to run over Ocean, right? Like, you have to clear the Ocean. Am I wrong about that? Is that something I'm wrong about? Because Ocean's going to activate here. We're going to return Stratos to our hand. Now here we can actually make a couple of different decisions. We could search another monster and just have more cards. Or we could pop a back row. And I think popping a back row isn't bad either. We'll activate the effect. They're going to chain Bottomless, but this is why you wait. Effect to destroy. I'm going to destroy their other back row. So that's going to blow up Solemn Judgment. That's why you got to wait for that kind of stuff. They're going to be able to have a Diva in play, though. That's something I got to worry about, maybe. I don't know, though. Even if they Caius our Ocean, we have Deprison. I think even if all that happens, we're still chilling. Let's go ahead and run over the Deep Sea Diva. Miracle Fusion being dead for now is a little annoying, but it will be live later when we have the Dyna and the Ocean potentially in the graveyard. The Ocean might end up dying here. We got a lot of value out of that Stratos. Okay, there's Mind Control. That's actually okay, because that's going to put the Ocean in the grave, which I'm pretty happy about. And it's also going to clear the Diva in the face of Royal Oppression. So they're going to make a Synchro Monster here. We're going to Oppression the fuck out of it, and then we're going to be good. Good to win. Ideally. I'm not really sure. Not fully sure. Yeah, get that shit out of here. No. Get that guy out of here. None of that. Okay. This time it is awkward. We have the Oppression with the Miracle Fusion. This is why I don't love Oppression in this deck. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but can be okay. Alright, there's an Ocean. That's at least mildly intriguing. That's just tough. I think we just Dyna attack. No. They set a monster. If it's Tomato, Dyna attack's good. If it's Snowman Eater, Dyna attack's bad. Let's just try Dyna attack. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. If it's tomato, I'm going to feel really smart. Phoenix Wing Windblast. Oh, it's gotta be tomato. It's gotta be tomato, right? Like, that's the only thing it could be. That's the only thing it could be. Either that or it's the third diva. I'm kind of shocked they aren't using their Gilman. Yeah, it's the third diva. Okay, there's Caius. Caius is not going to target the Royal Oppression, right? Yeah, it's definitely going to target that. Okay. But that's okay. We have Skyscraper, Ocean, so we can get over this, provided they don't have, like, a back row. They don't. Perfect. Perfect. So we'll normal summon Ocean, activate Skyscraper, attack over the Caius, and we're at least okay here. We're at least okay. They can't Miracle Fusion. They can't activate Malicious because we have Oppression. They can't do a lot of their unfair shit. And then a lot of their fair shit doesn't really beat over an Ocean, right? They have Tomato. It would have to be like Stratos specifically. And it looks like it's nothing at all. Second Miracle Fusion, obviously awkward. I totally forgot to use Ocean there, but that's okay. I'll use it next turn. We'll go 1200 attack direct, 1500 attack direct, and then pass. And also another thing is now they're at 600, so they can't actually use the Oppression. I'll be able to Miracle Fusion even if they kill the Ocean, and GG's. GG's, well played. Yeah, I think this match went well. I think that's kind of... It shows you kind of the awkwardness of Royal Oppression in this deck, specifically, but it also showed you the power of Royal Oppression as a card in locking out entire strategies. So, I think we sided a little bit poorly the second game, and we sided a little bit better the third game, sorry. So, let's see if we can keep that type of energy up into the next match. Edison format, baby. The best format. Let me know in the comments why you think Edison format is the best format. And why no other format's as good. Kappa. I really like it because I feel like this is something I don't talk about a lot. And by don't talk about a lot, I mean I talk about almost every single day. No, I'm kidding. I feel like the other formats, once you start getting into hand traps, it's not so much like reading and predicting play patterns as it is like... The issue with hand traps is you just have to play into them. You have to. There's no counterplay. Until Called by the Grave is released, there's no counterplay for hand traps. So the only way to play into your opponent's interaction is to allow them to activate their interaction. Which is lame. It's honestly lame. It's like, I'm not really thinking super hard on how to like predict what you've set. You're not bluffing me. There's no like mind games. It's just, do you have it or do you not have it? And then, can I play through it or can I not play through it? It's like an on-off switch. It's not as much, there's not as much nuance to it. All right, I'm going to pick against this guy, Paper. Got to pick Paper. I'm like 0-5 in my last Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's kind of impressive. It's kind of impressive how much I lose at Rock, Paper, Scissors. If it was just a die roll, it would be 50-50. I would go first majority of the time. I'm going to pick Paper again. I'm going to pick it a third time. Fuck it. I'm tripling down. Finally. God, I needed a dub, dude. I needed a dub. Hopefully we open Stratos. That's like the best card we can draw. Or thing that gets Stratos. Now we could use Thing That Gets Stratos, or we could summon Alias and hold up Spark. But I think because we have Deep Prison and Typhoon, I'm pretty chill getting Stratos here. Stratos is going to search for us. Probably Ocean. It's either Ocean or Gold. But I like getting Ocean early so that Miracle Fusion is going to be a live draw for the rest of the game. Plus Ocean confuses them a little bit. It might put them on thinking we're playing something other than Hero Beat. Whereas, see, look, he's even asking, Hero Beat? Question mark? Is it Hero Beat? I don't know what you're playing. Is it Hero Beat? I don't know what it is. See, he doesn't know. And that's why we search for Ocean and not what is it? Heavy Storm. That's cool. I mean, they get their 2-for-1. We got our 2-for-1 in Stratos. Hopefully they just can't run over the Stratos. That would be ideal for us. Beetle. During each of your end phases, reveal an insight monster. Okay, that's a pretty good card. This can turn on something like Lair Wire. Has great stats. Big fan of this, actually. They're going to reveal another insect. This doesn't activate. Really reveals Neo Bug. So they're playing Insect Beat. This is a solid deck. This is a very solid deck. I'm going to try to crash my Alias. Oh, they're going to bottomless? I'm going to Chain Spark. Target the Hero Beetle. Or the Marrow Beetle. Draw one card. Draws into Solemn Judgment. That's a good one. It's actually really a good one. Okay, so how does this deck work? This guy switches things to defense. He's got Neo Bug. What is my Solemn Judgment going to need to hit? If they summon the Neo Bug, Alias can get over it. Which, good thing. Okay, they have their own Typhoon, as well as Heavy Storm in the opening. That's pretty good. Pretty good at playing through our back row. Neo Bug doesn't get over Alias, so Alias can run this over, which puts us in a decent spot. Skill Drain is going to be terrible in this matchup. But thankfully we have another Alias. We'll be able to attack over that. Neobug leads me to believe they're playing Solidarity, which could be a problem. We'll set the skill drain regardless, but I don't see myself activating it this game. I think our effects are better than theirs. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? Toss a coin and call it. It was heads. They lose $39.50. I'll take that life trade. 300 for $39.50. Take 50 less. They have to gain 50. Yeah. No. You should be $39.50. Yeah. Yeah, they should be at $39.50. Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. Dark Bribe, not a great draw. So we can set Ocean and then Miracle Fusion. Or we could just set Ocean, set Bribe, and then have Guaranteed Bribe to protect our guy next turn. And I actually kind of like that. I like that a little bit more. So we'll do that instead. And if they try to do something crazy, we have, you know, some stuff. Plus, Bribe against this deck is kind of nice, because it's like, what is this shit? If you control no other insect monsters. Okay, so this is a beater. This is kind of a cool card, Arsenal Bug. I like it. They can choose now to attack directly with Yugioh. Looks like they're going to. Which is interesting. It calls tails. It's heads again. He's going to take... Any math users in the chat? What is this? 1975. There we go. Then we take 2200. Cool. Next turn we can Miracle with Dark Bribe backup to play around Royal Oppression, which is something I'm assuming their deck has in it. So we'll go for Miracle Fusion. Is the opponent going to let this happen? They're going to Royal Oppression, pay 800. Nice. And we got him with the Dark Bribe. It fucking Solemn? That's crazy. That's actually crazy, because now we're just dead. Well, we're not just dead, but we're pretty close to dead. Okay. They can no longer Royal Oppression the Call of the Haunted. So we can call for Stratos and maybe make something happen? Let's pass. Yeah, this is an interesting brew. Lair Wire's a busted card, so not surprised to see this. On this attack, we are going to activate Call of the Haunted. This is going to bring back Stratos. Stratos is going to activate... I'm going to say, I think... Stratos is searching. What are we going to get with Stratos? We can either get Captain Gold or we can get Alias. Skill Drain would allow us to flip up Captain Gold, but if we take, what is it, 200, 2400 here, we'll be at 200. And we have to worry about the last back row. I think it's still better to search Captain Gold in general. So we'll take 200 here. And then They attack here. If they flip it wrong again, maybe we can do something. I don't know. It's heads this time. It's heads. Okay, so they take nothing and we take 2,200. This is a lot of pressure. I think this matchup is actually quite bad just because their monsters outclass mine for the most part. It's a terrible draw. Alright, well, we're forced to do this, so we're going to skill drain. Normal summon Captain Gold. And then we will try to attack over Arsenal Bug. Cool, they didn't have a back row. We can set Bottomless Trap Hole and we can pass. Unfortunately, we're still in a bad spot. We need a Miracle Fusion. I don't know if this still activates under whatever. Is it a cost? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a cost. I think it's just like a, I don't think it's a maintenance cost or whatever. I think it's an effect. Okay, Miracle Fusion one time for the fans. Just need a Miracle Fusion this one time. We've had to play through some power 1-ofs and a monster that outclasses our entire deck. So, just need a miracle. Just need a miracle one time. Fuck. Alright. We'll set that and pass. Alright, they got us. Death by yugioh. Alright, mirror match. What sucks? Skill drain sucks. It says GG. What was it, GG? How was your GG? You had Heavy Storm, Mystical Space Typhoon, Oppression, and Solemn Judgment, and a monster that is stronger than our entire deck. So, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Combat works. Draw your haymakers and draw your biggest monster and hope your opponent doesn't have a bigger one. And that's the bane of the Hero Beat deck, is that getting over bigger monsters is actually really hard on low resources. Okay, I don't think Hero Blast is going to be all that exceptional here either. There's not a lot of targets that the opponent showed us. I do like Smashing Ground a fair bit. I do like Gores actually a lot. I like Dust Tornadoes. I think those are going to be super important. The opponent is going to be on Royal Oppression, so I'm going to side out the Starlight Road. Cyber Dragon's going to be good. Heavy Storm might be crucial. I don't know, though. I think all the monster removal that's, like, no bullshit, like Bottomless, Deep Prison, that kind of stuff is super important. Kaiku can stop Lair Wire, which is something I'm concerned about a little bit. But it's weaker than all their monsters. Like, is that a bad stat line? I wish I was playing fucking Snowman Eater. Damn, Snowman Eater would be perfect here. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's just run it back. Let's just run it like this. I am going to e-call for Stratos, and this time search Alias. And I believe we set Solemn and we Solemn their first summon. I think that's the plan. I think we just out-tempo them. Their deck's going to be really slow. I don't think they have any ways to, like, make 2 plays in a turn. Okay, they have Typhoon again. That's tricky. Neo Bug. That's fine, though. This just crashes. I'm super cool with this. Cool with the crash. Setting 3 is good for us. That means... Ooh. They're going to trap Dust Shoot us. That's fine. Leaving this in against Hero Beat is fucking terrible, by the way, but they're going to get rewarded for it. So, there's that. Go main phase 1. I think we summon the Ocean and attack. If they don't have a monster, then this is really good. Because it'll add back the guy. I'm going to set 2 and pass. The reason I'm setting 2 is I wanted to conceal the Dust Tornado. I don't want my Dust Tornado to trade with their Dust Tornado here. Jirai Gumo. It's A-okay. No attack. Okay. Standby phase. Activate the effect of Ocean. Add back Stratos to our hand. No attack is a little weird. They knew my back row. They knew my whole hand, so I think not attacking there is actually just a clear misplay from the opponent. Now we get a free Stratos, which should be a crush here. I think the plan is actually to Stratos search and then use Smashing Ground after. This plays around Torrential. They're not going to chain anything. We're going to go grab our Alias again. And now we just are playing their deck, but we're up 8 cards to 4, and we have like all of the nuts. So there's no way we lose this one. I'm going to Smashing Ground. They're going to chain Book of Moon. That's honestly a best case scenario for me, because I'm going to kill the Jirai Gumo anyway, and now I get to clear your back row with my Smashing Ground, which is much better. Like the Jirai Gumo here, yeah, it would have been better for them to actually Solemn there. If they Solemn there, then they have Book Jirai Gumo face up. But now they lose their whole board, and they're taking damage. So I think that they played this whole turn just terribly. And I'm not even trying to be a dick, but just like those are like pretty straightforward, like what you should use here and there and whatnot. They drew Heavy Storm, Typhoon, Solemn Judgment, Trap Dust Shoe. That's crazy. 4 bombs again. Said knew it. Yeah, you did know it. You did know it because that was what was in my... what? Yes, you saw my opening hand. What do you mean knew it? You saw my hand with Dust Shoot. Of course you knew it. What? This guy's funny. Okay. I'll just... Alias Crash. Alias Crash. Stratos Direct. Pass. Hold the Bribe because we have Gores. Should be fine. And then here, just summon Ocean, attack for game. Cool. They're playing Dark Bribe, and they revealed that to us. Good to know. Good to know. That means they have a lot more trap cards than I think. It says Brick Hand. You won that game if you sequenced it differently. It was not a brick hand. You just played it poorly. No offense, but you actually won that game. I could not have beaten Jirai Gumo if you Solemn the Smashing Ground, and you knew the rest of my cards, so that was actually all on you. 100% on you. All right, next game, what do we want? We didn't see Lair Wire this game, so I'm not going to bring in Kaiku. I didn't see Lair Wire. I think Lair Wire would be the reason we'd want Kaiku, but I didn't see it, so, I mean, just got to play it like it's not there. This is probably one of the worst hands I've ever seen in my life. We drew 4 out of our 6 monsters, our hero dudes. At least Stratos can get us the Skyscraper, and Skyscraper can help us play over Jirai Gumo here. Sets multiple. Unfortunately, Cyber Dragon doesn't get over this little guy. I say little guy, but he's fucking huge. It's a lot of back row. Alright, well. Did they draw Typhoon 3 games in a row, I guess, is the real question. Let's find out. Let's find out. Stratos activate. Didn't summon the Cyber Dragon first. Okay, they drew Skill Drain. Alright, so they left in Skill Drain against Hero Beat. That's really interesting. We just got to pass, unfortunately. We can use Spark next turn. We can go summon Cyber Dragon and then Spark the Jirai Gumo. This card is a fucking problem. But Cyber Dragon can get over it if they don't stop that. Alright. Kind of a tough hand to have. D-Prison is really good, actually. Okay, let's start off with Special Summon Cyber Dragon. Let's see if they have an out to this. They might not. They just let it happen. Okay, I'm going to attack Arsenal Bug first. They might let this happen. They might not spend a deprison there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to normal summon Alias and see if they do anything. Okay, nothing. We're going to set deprison, set spark, and pass. We can deprison the Gumo and then have spark to chain to like back rows and whatnot. Space Typhoon blind, not end phase. So they did open Space Typhoon all 3 games, and they're doing it blind instead of end phase. Or end phase blind, I suppose, but yes. Same column as Alias. Well, that's going to get a Gemini Spark on your Jirai Gumo. We're not going to target the other back row in case it's Dust Tornado. Definitely should have done that in the end phase. That was honestly a bad play. E-Call, terrible draw. Very bad. Gets us our 3rd Alias at least, I guess. Chainsaw Insects. Cool. That's pretty good. That's going to force our deprison action here. The power of Cyber Dragon here is... So this is the thing I don't understand. Why spend your book here? You're going to lose your monster anyway. Why spend your book? You're just losing your book for no value. Actually, Miracle Fusion, not a bad draw. I'm going to E-Call here. I'm going to go get Captain Gold. And search Skyscraper. I'm going to hold the Skyscraper, though. Let's go ahead and normal summon Ocean. Ocean's going to attack over... Oh, they're going to bottomless the Ocean. That's totally fine. We'll go ahead and attack over the set monster. So yeah, exactly. Our sequencing last turn led them to maybe not bottomless the Cyber Dragon when they would have. If we had like summoned Alias first, sparked the Jirai Gumo, and then special summoned Cyber Dragon, they would have bottomless there, and we would have been in a worse position. So that's why the sequencing with your cards actually matters a lot. It's because it helps you play around your opponent having certain back rows and maybe not wanting to use them. It gives your opponents opportunities to mess up like our opponent did. They should have for sure bottomless our Cyber Dragon because it keeps us off having another monster that can run over the Arsenal Bug, and it forces us to have a double answer to their 2 monsters in play, which this deck doesn't really do very effectively. Like, we have Mirror Force, and that's it, pretty much. Especially with only these heroes in grave and no water. We're going to go ahead and just summon Alias into the back row. If they have Mirror Force, it sucks, but hey, what can you do? That's life. 1900 and then 2100, perfect. Opponent drops really low now. They are dead next turn if they don't find something. And we win? Question mark? No, set monster. Okay. Ooh, Voltic is kind of nice. Voltic is kind of nice. I'm going to summon it, and I'm going to activate Skyscraper. Most of the monsters in their deck that we've seen so far have pretty low defense, except for specifically Arsenal Bug. But that being said, okay, they're going to Dark Bribe the Skyscraper, give us an extra draw. That doesn't do anything, though, because Cyber Dragon is going to attack, and then the other 2 are lethal, so that was kind of the... Nice. GG. GG. Yes, I think we should have maybe lost the second game if the opponent had played their cards correctly, and the third game, they definitely played really poorly. Just with the Book of Moon and the other stuff, they just didn't understand what their cards were actually accomplishing. They were just playing their cards just to play them, and that's gonna cost you so many matches in this format. Like, if you're playing like that and you show up to play this format, like you're just gonna get run over by anyone who kind of half knows what they're doing, pretty much. No disrespect to the opponent or whatever. Their deck was really sweet, but of course, that's not enough. You have to play well and have a sweet deck. Sigma. The Sigma males. Separate from society. That means they don't use currency, which means he's not picking paper. It's got to be scissors. Damn. Guess he's a fake Sigma after all. Not a real Sigma. More of a beta. Kappa. Just kidding. What do we got? Fucking Zero Monster Hand yet again with Call of the Haunted and Miracle Fusion. And Hero Blast. 3 cards that need a monster and no monster. Beautiful. Really terrible opening hand. We need an E-Call off the top. One time. We take it. I guess we take it. Turns on the Call of the Haunted. We'll attack that. I don't know what it is. A Raikou? Pop the Cyber Dragon? Sure. Go nuts. Build a Trade-in and a Giant Trunade. That's hideous. We're going to set these 3 and then pass. I'll Solemn Judgment a Heavy Storm. They set their back row and pass. End phase, we are going to Call of the Haunted Cyber Dragon. I just want to start applying some pressure while the opponent looks like they're a little bit light on interaction. I'm going to hold the Captain Gold. I don't want to reveal what we're playing quite yet. And also, if we draw Skyscraper, we can actually summon the Captain Gold, which is more pressure. I would much prefer that than using it here and then, you know, drawing a card that isn't Skyscraper. Like, I wouldn't mind drawing a Skyscraper here. Opponent must have bricked a lot. Starlight Road is exceptional here. It's going to protect us even further from Heavy Storm. So we'll go ahead and attack for 2100. Phoenix Wing Windblast. They should target the Call of the Haunted here. Oh, they're going to target a back row. That's fine. Go to 2 damage, and they're going to drop Gores. No? Okay, they are. It was just lagging a bit. Alright, we have Deep Prison for Gores. The Cyber Dragon can trade with the token. It sucks, don't get me wrong, but could be worse. I'm going to set 2 and pass. Next turn we're drawing Solemn, which is dead. We could have shuffled away the Solemn, actually, with Captain Gold. Maybe I should have done that. They might not even switch the token. They might just try to buy time. What is this? Oh, they're just switching it. They just misclicked. That makes sense. Interesting. Alright, we'll Deep Prison this. Banish it. No Chaos Sorcerer for you. Multiple Wind Blasts and Trade-in the main. What the fuck is this? So far, it looks like it could be Amaryllis. They didn't end up switching the token. That's curious. Heavy Storm. Wow, that was a big thing. Now they lose. Nice. Get fucked. That was free. Why would you... First off, if you were going to do that, why would you do that after attacking, of course? Like, that's just a mistake, right? Like, that's just the opponent messing up. You know what's nice about this is we're going to win, and they're not going to know what deck we're on. So they're not going to be able to side. That's fucking nice, actually. DDR, so yeah, it looks like it is Amaryllis. With main deck Cactus Bouncer, cool. Sure, bring back your Gores. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. That's going to fuck us up. Mark of the Rose. There's no reason to do this, I don't think. Right? Take Stardust. I don't think there's a reason to do this now. You should probably wait till next turn. Tribute set. Okay, never mind. There is a reason to do it. They haven't normaled yet. Alright, we're kind of fucked now. Fuck me, right? Guess we'll pass. There goes the Cyber Dragon. They didn't flip this. Playing around Mirror Force and Torrential. Oh, that's such a good draw. That's so fucking good. Let's go, baby. Okay. Grab Stratos. Stratos is going to activate. This is going to grab Ocean. Right? Yeah, it's got to grab Ocean. So we have Miracle. Then we'll Captain Gold. Go get Skyscraper. This is so good. We're going to activate Skyscraper, and then I want to attack the card they double tribute set because it's 1000% Titanial. How does this work? Yeah. Yeah. It's better to kill the Titanial here. We can kill the Gores in a number of different ways. Oh, what? It was this? I guess we take 800. That's weird. What the fuck? I guess you can normal summon this. I didn't know you could normal summon this card. This card cannot be special summoned with its own effect. Okay, so it cannot be special summoned. I thought it was Nomi, but it's like can't be special summoned, which is different. Okay. Yeah, that's a mistake on my part then, for sure. I haven't played against this deck enough to really understand why that can happen, more or less. Okay. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. It's a little awkward, but we can make it happen. We can make it work. Not too stunted by it, all things considered. We've got Solemn Judgment, Miracle Fusion, so we're pretty safe. I think this game should be a wrap. Unless the opponent does something like fucking Foolish Dandelion, normal Cactus Bouncer, but even that we can Solemn the Cactus Bouncer and be okay. Alias is a great draw. I think it is Alias and attack over. I think this is for sure the play. They take 200. And then we can pass. Next turn we can Solemn anything they do and then pretty much kill them, I think. Unfortunately, Ocean plus Alias is 200 short of lethal. Set monster. Okay. Set back row. We have Solemn for the back row. Future Fusion is good. Let's activate this and reveal Absolute Zero. This is going to send, of course, Ocean and Alias. That turns our Hero Blast on immediately. Now we are going to Miracle Fusion and normal summon the Ocean. So we'll banish the, I think, Stratos and Ocean. That makes our Voltic the best since Call of the Haunted is gone. Special summon out Absolute Zero. Normal summon Ocean, and then of course we attack with Absolute Zero first. Nice. Cool. What's with all these people saying GG after game one? What's with all that? What's with all that? Why you be saying GG after game one? Was it a GG? You tell me. Was it a good game? I don't know. This matchup seems like a matchup for Kaiku. Also seems terrible matchup for Skill Drain. We're going to side the Skill Drains out, and we're going to side the Kaikus in. Boom. Easy. Dust Tornado, massive in this matchup. Stops the Equip spells. Stops the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast on the end phase before they can chain it. Does all of the things we need it to do. We're going to bring in the Dust Tornadoes for sure. I actually think Hero Blast is quite bad in this matchup. I'm going to side out both. They don't have a lot of monsters that are the 1900 range. So we're just going to manipulate our deck so it's a little bit better there. And then also Smashing Ground deals with Titanial in play. So I'm going to probably bring them in just to deal with that. We could also board in Royal Oppression, but it's quite awkward. And I actually think our special summoning cards are better than theirs. So we're going second here. We have to be careful of Raikou. That card is annoying. We could board in Light Mirror potentially just for Raikou. That's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Also, Fossil Dino's not bad. You know, we've got a lot of tools. We've got a lot of tools in this matchup. 7 tools, one might say. I don't think we're going to get a lot of Voltic hits in. Maybe we are. I don't know. This card's so cool. I want it to do something, but there's a good chance it's not going to do anything. So we're going to side it out. I think Call of the Haunted is not the best here. But it's interesting that we could call back Dinah. Huh. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Honest is obviously good. A lot of this stuff is good. Maybe it's like... Fuck, Miracle Fusion's so good when it's live. Maybe it's like one Spark, one Miracle. Or is it Future Fusion? Future Fusion's a little slow. Maybe it's this. Okay, let's try this. This is not perfect. I don't know if this is the accurate way to sideboard in this matchup, but I think it gives us the best opportunities to do some stuff that actually matters. Opening hand, I've seen better. We've opened pretty inconsistently with this deck, all things considered. Even though we have 5 copies of Stratos, we've only opened it like, what, 1 or 2 games so far this video? Which is pretty crazy to think. Wait, didn't I side this out? I thought I sided this out. Huh. Interesting. I guess we'll just attack it. If it's Raikou, I mean, we trade Raikou for this guy, and that's okay, I guess. They milled Titanial, Debris, and Space Typhoon. Space Typhoon being gone is a good thing. I'm going to set Bottomless and pass. I don't think there's a need for us to set Call of the Haunted quite yet. If they're able to summon a Titanial somehow, I do want to Bottomless it, even though they have, like, what is that card, DDR or whatnot. This could be their Heavy Storm, so I'm not going to set further into it, and they did nothing on their turn, so it's not like they're doing anything too crazy here. Okay, set monster is annoying, but we picked up a Cyber Dragon, which is pretty good. I'm going to special it and try to attack. If it's Raikou, it can pop our back row. It is Dandelion. Okay. Interesting. Still no reason to set more into Heavy Storm. If it's Wind Blast, they got me, but I don't see them setting Dandelion with Wind Blast set. I feel like you would keep Dandelion in hand if you had Wind Blast set. That's my thought process on it. Alright, here comes a normal summon, and that's going to get Bottomless. Straight up. Nice. And this can't be DDR'd, because it cannot be special summoned except with its own effect. Opponent is thinking here. Big think from the opponent. They might Solemn this, actually. Nope. No Solemn. That Bottomless kind of got us a 2-for-1 because it cleared both Dandy tokens and the Amaryllis as well. So it's like kind of a 2-for-1, which is nice. And now we have the advantage back because we have the monster in play. They're down in normal summon and we're up a card. So it's like we went first this game. But we also get the first battle phase, which is really nice. Skyscraper. That makes me want to set the call. But still, maybe not even yet. Attack with Cyber Dragon. They could Wind Blast this if they wanted to. They could also take a little while here to think. Alright, they take 21. I'm curious if we set Deprison. What could they do that we'd want to Deprison? It's like Lone Fire into Titanial. We'd want to Deprison it. But I don't even think we'd really want to Deprison that. I think we just set Call here and pass. Again, I don't really want to play into my opponent having a set Heavy Storm here. Alright, sets another monster. Interesting. Typhoon. Alright, let's attack. Let's see what it is. Super Nimble Mega Hamster. So this is more of a like quick draw Amaryllis deck. They're gonna grab Raikou. I am gonna try to call the Ocean. Let's see if they have a response. They do not. Ocean is gonna attack the Raikou. I just don't want to give them an opportunity to Raikou something that I don't want them to Raikou. Raikou's probably gonna pop Cyber Dragon here. I don't know why you'd pop anything else. I guess you could pop Ocean. But, like, if you're afraid of, like, Giant Trunade being bad, didn't target. You need to target first. Okay, cool. So they did kill the Ocean. Interesting. Yeah. I guess he did point at Call the Hunt. I missed it. Say my bad. That's fine though. That's a great trade for us because we keep the stronger monster, and I'm gonna Typhoon their back row now. I think it is Heavy Storm, so I'm gonna Typhoon it. It was Wind Blast. Wow, and they're not even gonna chain it. They set the Dandelion with Wind Blast in the back row. That's crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. That's kind of weird. Very interesting. Interesting choice from the opponent. I wonder what's in their hand. That's another back row. Maybe it's just more Wind Blasts, I guess. Wonder if that's the third Raikou or the second Dandelion. Again, either one of those probably would have prompted a Wind Blast, no? Like, am I crazy? Drawing Dark Bribe is alright. Yeah, we'll just pass. We draw so Monster Light in some games and so Monster Heavy in some other games, and it's just like no way to really filter that or fix that, unfortunately. Here comes another double Tribute monster, Titanial. That's absolutely fine. This is going to attack. They shouldn't actually negate this Deep Prison. They should let this Deep Prison resolve. It keeps their DDR live, but they're going to negate it, which I think is a bad play. I think that they should have not negated it. That way their DDR would be live. But that's just I am HO. Perfect draw. Finally. Okay, we're going to go grab Stratos. This does play into pulling the rug, but if they pulling the rug this, then we Miracle and we just fucking win. So there's that. Stratos effect search. It's going to go find us. Let's just grab Alias. Fuck it. And then we'll attack with both. 1800 and then 2100. They could have a Wind Blast Gorge situation again, but we have double smashing, so we should be fine. We'll just pass. They're dead next turn, so that's that. And there's nothing they can do to deal 8,000. It's kind of crazy to play against a burn deck and not take a single point of damage the entire game. That to me is crazy. Here's Lone Fire. That's all good. Lone Fire is all good. All good. I'm curious to see what's in their hand. I might actually check out their hand after this. I might check the replay, pull it up, see what they were up to this game, see what kind of shenanigans they had in their hand that led them to break this hard. We take 1,000 here, but that doesn't matter. We have fucking 10 trillion outs to this. And Cyber Dragon attacks for game with Dark Bribe backup, so that's that. Standby, Mind Crush, Alias. Sure. And here's where they probably concede. Alright, no concession from the opponent. They must have a Battle Fader then. It's the only thing that makes sense. Just Miracle. See if they have DD Crow. Yep. GG's. GG's. Okay, let's actually see what they had, because I'm curious. Their deck looked like a slower version of like Carpath's Amaryllis Burn deck. Let's show both hands, and let's fast forward. Let's see what they had. Let's see what they had, because this is one of those games I actually think we should do the analysis for. So they open like this: Gorge, Wind Blast, Heavy Storm, and let's just say they don't know our hand. They open by Set Raikou, pass. Huh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. You could also set nothing pass. But Set Raikou pass is fine too. We draw Cyber Dragon, we attack it, mill 3. Then phase 2, we set 3 and pass, they draw. So here they don't storm. They just set Wind Blast. I would have set nothing. Mostly because you have no great discard for Wind Blast, and you have Gores in hand. So if they summon a monster and attack, you can't drop Gores anymore, which is awkward. And honestly, I probably would have summoned Cactus Bouncer and attacked. That would have been my play for sure. But we're going to be able to call Cyber Dragon. They're going to be able to take 2100 here, and this is where setting the Wind Blast actually fucks them. Yeah, this is really, really touchy sequencing from the opponent. If they had done this slightly differently, their opening would have been much more threatening. But they kind of cucked themselves a little bit. Yep, draws a second Wind Blast, and now they realize what's happened. They honestly should have stormed on that turn and tried to attack with Cactus Bouncer. Yeah, really passive and awkward play from the opponent. And here, discarding the other Wind Blast is bad. You should discard the Cactus Bouncer. That way you have a plant for Mark of the Rose. Yeah, they just played this opening really poorly. Okay, let's go to the next game. Next game, let's see what they had. I'm actually really curious. So they had Mind Crush, Amaryllis, Wind Blast, DDR Raikou, Dandelion. If I'm them, my opening play is going to be set Wind Blast. Pass. Either that or set Wind Blast, set Raikou. You know you're playing against Hero Beat. So Raikou's going to trade with their worst monster? I would save the Raikou. For sure. Maybe not. But you're definitely setting Wind Blast here. So let's see what they did. They set Raikou and passed. Okay, yeah, I would have definitely set Wind Blast here. There's no reason not to do it now. I mean, you don't have Gores now. You don't have Heavy Storm now. There's no reason not. Why would you do it last game but not this game? I don't understand. You actually have a good discard, which is Dandelion. You have two good discards. You have Amaryllis and Dandelion. These are great discards for Wind Blast. I don't get this. Okay, we attack the Raikou with our worst monster, which is gonna trade exactly what happened. They mill Titanial, Debris Dragon, Space Typhoon. But now the cluster has a plant grave, which is really good. So here, if they had set the Wind Blast, they could end phase Wind Blast, pitch cluster, and then on their turn they could have brought it back. Here they're gonna set Wind Blast, nothing else. They did not end phase hit our back row. Crazy. Now, especially with return, like, you want to get the Amaryllis in the graveyard. You want to guarantee it hits the grave. And clear the back row in order to do it. Like, this is just really poor sequencing from the opponent. They did have DDR too. Oh my god, I know that's going to come up. Shit, that's crazy. Okay. So here they tribute summon Amaryllis. We bottomless. They can't bring it back with DDR, obviously, because it can only be special summoned with its own effect. And now fucking Wind Blast is awkward, because all you've got to discard is Dandelion. Your Amaryllis never hit the grave. Jesus Christ, the sequencing on this is... I don't think you could have... Like, you could have done, like, worse things, but, like, you'd have to try. Like, you'd have to set Mind Crush and, like, call, like, fucking Exodia the Forbidden One. Like, that's the only way you could, like, play this opening worse, in my opinion. Damn. Okay, and then, they obviously can't DDR. Here, if they Wind Blast Cyber Dragon, it's awkward because you're discarding Dandelion, and then you give me the opportunity to summon Cyber Dragon again. So you just have to take the damage. Everything has gone awkwardly for the opponent. And now they have Mega Hamster, whatever. They set Mega Hamster. They don't set Mind Crush. So they know I don't have another monster because I would have summoned it last turn. I think that this is the point where you set Mind Crush. Because you want to have the ability to Mind Crush a monster after an E-Call or a Rota resolves. So I think this is the opportunity where you set Mind Crush. Because you're like, your opponent didn't activate a card like that last turn. They didn't summon a monster like that last turn. They know you're kind of sweeper light because you play only Torrential and Mirror Force as a sweeper. So they're most likely going to be playing around Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Plus, if you had a sweeper, you would have used it on the Cyber Dragon already. Just based off the way you've been playing it. Like, you would have used it on the turn I summoned it and attacked it with a Dandelion. Or you would have used it maybe in response to the Amaryllis normal summon, and then the Bottomless, then you would have chained Torrential. So I know you don't have Torrential. Like, there's a million reasons for, or opportunities for you to use Torrential for good value, and you didn't do it up until this point. So I know you don't have Torrential. So because I know you don't have Torrential, you should set Mind Crush, because I would have summoned a monster on the last turn, and on this turn, if I top deck E-Call, Rota, or Stratos, the Mind Crush is live. So that's why you want to play like this. I mean, this is just like, that's like how you play Mind Crush. A lot of people are going to miss stuff like that. A lot of people are going to not be keeping track of information, but you got to pay attention to stuff like that. You got to pay attention to, okay, my opponent's done these things, and I've done these things, and I've shown them this information. You not only have to be paying attention to the information your opponents showed you, which is, I haven't summoned an additional monster, but you have to pay attention to the information that you've showed your opponent, which is, I don't have Torrential Tribute. That's what you've told me based off of your Amaryllis play and everything else. So I would have summoned a further monster the next turn, or the last turn. They're going to bring out Raikou here. I'm going to call the Ocean and attack over this. They should actually pop this. I feel like you should pop the Cyber Dragon. And then Wind Blast the Call. And then that sets me back like 2 full turns. These mills are obviously terrible, but like, what the fuck is Multiple Hamster doing in this deck anyway? Like, I don't understand. Like, it just seems so slow. Maybe phase 2 a Typhoon. You should chain that. There's no reason not to chain that. Like, your hand is shit. Fucking chain that shit. You know what I mean? Okay, they top deck Titanial. They T-set. They don't need to T-set here. They should actually keep the Dandelion and use it as the discard fodder for Wind Blast. You're basically forcing yourself to discard a real card instead of discarding Dandelion. That's going to get killed by battle anyway. You're throwing away the card anyway, but you're not getting the free value out of it by using it as a discard fodder for Wind Blast. So, bad play. Just in general, very bad play. Here I attack the monster. They get 2 tokens. End phase, I set a card. They should have there then Wind Blasted one of these 2 sets. They double tribute for Titanial. They attack. Here, they obviously just, this is what I was talking about in the match. I activate Deep Prison. They should not activate Titanial. It's even worse that they activate it, that they have fucking DDR in their hand. You have DDR in your hand. Don't activate the Titanial here. Yeah, okay, yes, yeah, okay, yeah. And now I top deck the E-Call. And of course their Mind Crush still isn't in play. So this is like textbook why you should do things, and immediate punishes almost exactly after. Sometimes you're not going to get punished by playing poorly, but this time, this is a textbook example of getting punished playing poorly. I should have lost this game. I should have for sure lost this game. Given how I drew, and like how my opponent drew, their cards here they're just so good against what my deck does. And the way they sequenced it is just so awful. Like, these cards should have added up to a win. These cards that the opponent drew, these fucking Hamster, Raikou, multiples of those, Wind Blast plus Dandelion, multiple Wind Blast, multiple Dandelion, Amaryllis that could have touched the grave and came back multiple times, cleared monsters every single time, burned me every single time. These things should have added up to a win. But they got their Dandelions, they got nothing out of that except for they stopped an attack, which they could have stopped with their Wind Blast anyways, and sent me back draw steps, and sent me back normal summons. Their Mind Crush, they got nothing out of that. Their Return, their DDR, they're getting nothing out of that because they negated with the Titanial. This Cactus Bouncer isn't doing shit. Against my deck, this should have been sided out. My deck doesn't special summon that much, and all my monsters can attack over this, so it even being in the deck is questionable. This should have been a loss for us. I don't think our hand that we had should have beaten their hand that they had, if they had played it even remotely close to correctly. But that's I hope this kind of stuff helps you guys. I'm not trying to dunk on Sigma E all that much. Maybe he's a newer player, maybe he's not. I don't know, but I hope this stuff is at least educational to you guys. Like, because when I see stuff like this, yes, there's even more to it than what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, usually, like, the bare minimum of what you should be thinking about when playing a strategy game, any type of strategy game. You should be thinking about your opponent. Your opponent is a real person. Don't just play your cards just to play them. Think about how your cards do things, what your cards accomplish, what they do against your opponents. It's a little tilting to sometimes play against people who like aren't even thinking. And I know like obviously it's just randoms on DB, but you know, that's the whole fun of it for me is to play against players who are like actually trying. All right, we're gonna pick rock against scissors. Let's go. This is probably gonna be the last one for this video. This has been a long video, and I've got some errands to run. Opening hand looks solid. First time we're going first with Miracle, Stratos, that kind of stuff. Ooh, Captain Gold being the draw is actually pretty good too. That means we can definitely search Ocean, maybe? Yeah. We'll grab Ocean. And then we'll set 2 and pass. The next Strato search that's going to happen off of call is going to grab Alias. Most definitely. Again, not activating the Captain Gold because drawing Skyscraper isn't even that bad. Turns our Captain Gold into a huge threat. Opponent has 13 extra cards. Come on, man. Just fill out the last 2 cards. Here's a Doom Caliber Knight. That's fine. We can trade our Captain Gold for that. All right. Hero Blast, solid draw. We will activate Captain Gold, forcibly killing the Doom Caliber Knight. Wonder if the opponent realizes Doom Caliber Knight is mandatory. They do. Okay, cool. Now we will Call of the Haunted, target Stratos. If they have Royal Oppression, we have Dark Bribe. We do want to use the effect to search. This is going to grab Alias. And here we are actually going to summon the Alias just because we have Spark. We'll attack for 1800 and then 1900. And I think the opponent is like just dead here. Like most decks can't beat this from this point. D Prison. I'll chain Gemini Spark. Target the D Prison. And draw a card. Reason we do this is so our Hero Blast is live. Set the Hero Blast and pass. If they're playing like a stun deck, which I'm assuming they're playing because their first summon was Doom Caliber and they have 13 cards in their extra deck, then Hero Blast should be able to pop any sort of Thunder King, garbage, shit like that. Here's Fissure on a Stratos. That's totally fine. We have additional ways of getting Stratos back. Here's Yellow Gadget. Wow, okay. That's unique. Doom Caliber Gadgets with only 13 extra deck. Okay, Gadgets are pretty good here. They keep the opponent's hand advantage up. Trying to think if we could have an OTK turn potentially by letting them summon another Gadget. I'm gonna take 1200. Oh wow. Oh wow. All right. Well, Gadget can't get over Ocean, so let's just run over the Gadget, and if they can't clear Ocean, then we just add back Stratos, advantage Cascades. My Gadget's bigger than yours, so I win. I took too much life points. Take 200 less. Yeah, they should only take 300. It's 1500 over 1200. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, cool. Here we're going to activate Hero Blast, pop the Tragodia while it's still 1800. Destroy the Trag. And then I will just fucking pass the turn, honestly. Freebie. This matchup should be good for us. I don't really see like how they beat hands like this, and then we just have like Cyber Dragon for the ultimate crush. Green Gadget gets normal. That's fine. That doesn't do anything. They could potentially have like a copy of Fissure, which I might want to Dark Bribe, but I don't really care all that much if they Dark Bribe my, or if they Fissure my Ocean or whatever. Hammer Shot with the highest attack. Yeah, that's fine. I'll use Dark Bribe to protect my push, which is going to involve Miracle Fusion, Cyber Dragon, and Alias for game. Hey, we're going to take 1400 if that attacks. Cool. I'll say thumbs up. Signaling no trag. Awesome. Solemn Dark Bribe. That's a wrap. Let's go. Special Cyber Dragon. Use the Green Gadget. Make Chimera Tech. As soon as it's done lagging. Of course, wouldn't be a video without DB lag. The accidental zoom and DB lag. There we go. We got Cyber guy, Chimera Tech guy with the DB lag involved. And we've got normal summon Alias and activate Miracle Fusion. And that's lethal. So, moving on to the next game. If they have Gores, then it's better to attack with Chimera Tech first, because they have to drop it. So it's 2,000, 1,900, 3,900, and yep, okay, cool. Against gadgets, we don't have Kaiku, or not Kaiku, Thunder King, but we do have Pulling the Rug, which is pretty good. So we'll bring that in. And then we also have, you know, of course, Skill Drain and stuff. We have a lot of solid cards in this matchup. I don't love Dark Bribe in this matchup. They're not really a Heavy Storm Sweeper kind of deck, so we're going to side those two out for the Pulling the Rugs. And then I don't love Deep Prison in this matchup too much, but it does clear like annoying shit like Thunder King, Doom Caliber, and Trag, as well as Cyber Dragon, so, I mean, can't be that bad, right? Dust Tornado is pretty good. It can help us force through some plays. Gores is also pretty good because it's just two bodies, you know? It's just two bodies. They're going to be on Royal Oppression, so we do need our Dust Tornadoes. Voltic is cute because we can set it. I think we side out Miracles. I think they're kind of not the best. And Spark maybe. No, Spark's okay. Well, Spark's only okay. This might not be a matchup for Skyscraper and Gold. But at least Gold is like a way we can kill a Thunder or a Doom Caliber. It might not be the matchup for that though. Like this could come out for like Gores and just like Heavy Storm or something. I'm not sure. How does this look? How many monsters we got? We're a little monster light. I think we need at least one more monster in here. Let's cut a Deep Prison for a monster. Actually, how good is Bottomless? Bottomless might be worse than Deep Prison. Yeah, especially going second, now that I think about it. Yeah, maybe Captain Gold is okay still. How does this look? Questionable. I think we'll keep one Kaiku, one Bottomless, and try it like that. That could be what we need it to be. This matchup seems good in theory. In practice, it might be a little annoying. Yeah. This hand is good. We just need an Ocean, and we need to guarantee this guy goes to the grave somehow. If they draw multiple gadgets, that's good for us. Their brick hands are worse than our brick hands. But their good hands might be unbeatable going first. That's what I'm a little worried about. Is just like, if they land 2 gadgets and have a Royal Oppression, that might just kill us. Like, set Oppression, set Bottomless here might just kill us, so we have to be careful. Okay, just 1 back row, we can deal with that. Let's grab Stratos. That was a great draw. Stratos is going to get Ocean. Activate the effect to search. Thankfully, we're going to know about Bottomless first. That might lead us to get Voltic. Let me think. Nah. Let's just grab Ocean still. I think that's fine. We'll set our 1D prison and pass. They're going to summon another gadget, and then we're going to get a 3000 Chimera Tech hidden, which is nice. I think it's better to wait on the Cyber Dragon. Maybe not. Maybe it's better to do it now. They're not going to summon another gadget. Wow. That's a play. Oh, they're going to summon Thunder King. That's really questionable. Because now they don't get the gadget search, right? So I can just summon Alias, attack over the green gadget. What are they going to do? They kind of cucked themselves here. They could have Trag. That would be annoying as fuck, actually. I didn't think through the possibility of Trag. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they have it. We're just going to pass. Not play into Heavy Storm from the opponent. They've been playing signaling a Heavy Storm. Main phase 1. Fissure. Okay, that's going to clear the Alias. We don't have Spark, but it puts the Alias in the grave, which means our Hero Blast is now live. Thunder King Ryo attacks. I think we take this attack to put them behind a normal summon. Because now they can't normal summon Gadget and Search. They're going to set a monster. Interesting. What does that deck set? Well, we're going to normal summon Ocean, and we're going to set Hero Blast, and we're going to pass. This is potentially bad, potentially good, who knows. I'm going to try to use the D-Prison first before using the Hero Blast because the Ocean can return the thing. Never mind, Ocean's going to the graveyard immediately. Okay, there goes our Ocean. Thunder King's going to attack. I'm going to Hero Blast, I believe. Target Alias. If they chain DD Crow, I can chain D Prison. Okay. They don't have it. And this is going to destroy the Thunder King. It says you can't. Yes, I can. Destroy the Thunder King. Opponent taking a little while to destroy their Thunder King. Okay, they do it. Now if they summon a gadget here, we can at least Chimera Tech off it. And yeah, it is a little annoying that they have these gadgets and we're this low. I don't like being this low in life points. It complicates things. Complicates things for sure. The set monster is what confuses me. It's gotta be a Fossil Dyna or something. Not really sure what it could be. Ocean is a good draw. For sure. I think it's time we have to make 2 plays. So I think we're going to special summon Cyber Dragon and try to Chimera Tech with their monster. And then I think we attack the set. It's probably going to be a Fossil Dyna, but we'll see what it is. D-Prison, wow, okay. Maybe it's not a Fossil Dyna. That's really strange. They would D-Prison there. Alright, so we normal alias, set Spark, and then we should be okay to survive the next turn. And then we can make another 2-play turn with Ocean and Miracle. If they have another spot removal card, we can chain Spark, get our +1. They need another spot removal card to clear the alias. So, Green Gadget searches the other guy. Red Gadget, yeah. And then here's the spot removal. No spot removal from the opponent. Okay, so they're just going to fall behind, which I'm very happy with. Let's normal summon another alias and just get 2 of these guys in play. Attack the Green Gadget for 500. And then attack the set monster with this alias. They set Red Gadget, wow. So they only have the Red Gadget in hand and maybe 1 more in deck. Unless they're playing 9. In which case their deck is just very bad. Which, I mean, that can happen. That can happen. We've faced a fair share of bad decks in this video with Hero Beat. But, you know, hey, here we are. Do they have Pot of Avarice even? Do they have something like that maybe to come back? What is in their hand? I'm curious. This is the issue with the Gadget deck. If you're not playing Ultimate Offering, like, you're going to get out-tempoed. You only get to play 1 play per turn, and your play is, like, always worse than your opponent's play. So you're always playing from behind. That's why Machina Gadget is, like, kind of good, because at least with Machina Fortress, you can make 2 plays in a turn, and with Cyber Dragon, you can make 3 plays in a turn, technically. But it's still probably a worse deck than just, like, straight-up Ancient Gear Machina or, like, Quick Draw Machina or something like that. The gadgets in general, like, as people get better, meaningless +1s get worse. So here's Red Gadget. This can search them the last Yellow Gadget, which is A-okay with me. But it doesn't do anything against our board, which is the real situation, is that they're summoning these monsters, and they're kind of just, like, dirtling around, but I'm drawing real cards every turn. And they're just kind of, like, putting up a blocker, but drawing spot removal, losing their win con, potentially. I don't know. Creature swap. So I can chain Gemini Spark to this and just get my fucking +1. Draw a card. Don't have to give them a monster because they don't have one to give me. Creature swap isn't going to resolve. They're going to pass. And it looks like this is going to be just about it. They're going to summon the Ocean. 1500 first. Attack with the Ocean first. If they want to drop Trag, we can run it over with Alias. If they want to drop Trag now, that's fine. If they pitch a card to steal our Alias, we can chain Hero Blast and destroy their stupid fucking Trigodia or whatever. Or we could just not do that. We'll just pass. We're up 7 cards, potentially 9 to 5. Because we'll draw for turn up to 8, and then Ocean is another potential +1, and we have a Hero Blast, which is another +1, so it's potentially 10 cards to 5. And I don't think the opponent can do anything. Even time-wise, like, even if they were able to summon 3 or 4 times this turn, I don't think any of their summons could even beat what we're doing. So, yeah. Creature swap, bad card. Fissure, bad card. Green Gadget, Red Gadget, bad cards. Generally speaking. You need to back these cards up with good cards for them to even present any type of threat. Yep, there's a set monster. Activate Ocean. This is going to add back our alias to our hands. Could have added back the other Ocean too. It doesn't really matter. Just normal the alias. Battle phase. Attack with this guy. It's gadget. Wow, so they are playing 3 of each gadget. Crazy. Skill drain is just going to be a nail in the coffin, but literally they could pick 5 cards that are legal in this format, and I don't think they could beat this. That's how insane it is. You guys in the comments, could 5 legal cards in the format beat this position? Curious. You'd have to have like specifically Typhoon and then hit a 25%er on the Starlight Road, or specifically Trunade. You have to have 5 pieces of Exodia. That's what it'd have to be. Destroy one monster with the highest attack. Sure. Go nuts. Sure, what is this? Lowest attack? Be my guest. Should have played one of those last turn. You definitely had one of them. Every turn you pass on one of these is another turn that just you get fucked by whatever. Ooh, that's good. Summon that. Miracle Fusion. Banish. GG. GG. GG's. No GG's, damn. Yeah, I'd be over it too. If this was my deck, I'd be over it too. Anyways, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Subscribe if you aren't already, and leave a like if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing off. Peace.